Let's take a look at the Twitter network for hashtag APSA 2016 on day 4 of the 2016 American Political Science Association annual meeting in Philadelphia. Swinging into the middle of the graph, we see that APSA Tweets is still holding a central spot in the network, a large number of tweets coming in and out, and a high eigencentrality. It's probably a good sign since it is APSA's Twitter account. Women Also Know is still holding a pretty central spot in the network on day 4, and that's been pretty consistent throughout the convention. It's been a durable theme on each day. Now, moseying on over to this side of the network, we see a pretty cool phenomenon, and it's centered around Daniel Criss, who was a participant on a fascinating roundtable on the past, present, and future of digital politics. Sorry to the other members of the roundtable, no time to mention you all. But it's a great example of eigencentrality. You see he's a big name there, and that means his connections have a lot of connections with people with a lot of connections. And you can see it playing out towards the center of the graph too. We have a bridge here to one of the editors at the Monkey Cage. I should note that while this wasn't a central discussion, it was definitely an influential one. Sliding down to this corner of the graph, we see another interesting structure. This is a case of someone with a high degree but a low eigencentrality. Essentially, this was a tweet being critical of the GOP for its lack of intellectual curiosity. Now, a similar structure on the other side was a GOP supporter, Bill Kristol, who was critical of the academic inquiry being dominated by liberals. So I found that was really interesting that we had low eigencentrality on both. Both were pushed off to the edge of the discussion, despite having a relatively high degree. And since I'm driving, I figured I'd swing by one of my favorite landmarks. That's me. Low degree, low eigencentrality, but I'm closer to the center. Can't complain. And here's a wider look at the overall network for day 4. I've really found it fascinating to see how the networks shift and evolve on different days of the conference. And when partisan tweets arise, how the network has treated that partisanship. So it's cool to see that played out. This was the universe of tweets surrounding hashtag APSA 2016 on day 4 of the 2016 American Political Science Association annual meeting in Philadelphia. I'll leave you with a quick recap of an overhead view of the network on day 1 and 2, as well as the network on day 3, and of course the network on day 4. Once I get back home, safe and sound, I'm going to combine the entire data set for all tweets, running from September 1st to 4th, and run some graphs and visualizations of the entire universe of hashtag APSA 2016 tweets from the beginning through the end of the conference. I think it'll be cool to dig into the data to see if there were any trending topics from start to finish, identify keywords, and maybe even check out which panels or events created the most buzz. Consider following me on Twitter at Eric Vorst so that you can be notified when I get the data completed and posted. Thanks for taking a look, and thanks for a great APSA 2016.